Hey, it's the second episode of The Abomination, and we must prevail because this is legit crap writing gold. Shall we begin? And we're at Kingdom Place, where no longer a half-foot hobbit Lenny Henry is taking a bath with his girlfriend's husband, Simp Man. And they're talking about grain shortages and stuff, which is really interesting. But hold up! Now they're talking about Dogman and Virtuous Lady, who have been spotted near Galif, which was that town from the last episode where no one saw them, but that doesn't make for a good convenience, so now they've been seen. And they're gonna send some people to kill them, so they better watch out! Scene transmission, and we're with Virtuous Lady and Dogman, who are totally travelling with Stunning Sword Lady, and they've just come across Dawood. We're like, they're gonna go rob a bank or get some money or something. So they go inside, and look! There's a small person, or a dwarf, or whatever the Ministry of Truth wants us to say these days. He says that the bank's actually got no money because they got robbed to death when that coup happened in the last episode. And then, for some strange reason, he's still turning up for work at a bank that hasn't got any money. And it turns out, actually, that he knows who they are, and that they're wanted. And look, there's their posters of them on the wall, where Dogman has a knob on his head, because ha ha ha, that's really funny. But not Virtuous Lady though. Oh no, because that would be a hate crime. But oh no! Look! There's those guards that totally no longer funny Lenny Henry sent, and they're coming to do a murder. And like, they're really shook. So our small man, where's the other exit in this place? And he says, this is a bank, you dinguses. There's one way in and one way out. And like, we don't even have a fire exit. And then totally escapes through a hole in the ground. And then locks it shut for reasons. So they load up on weapons and start Control-Alt-deleting all those very mean men. And like, legit, this bit was actually quite a good action sequence. But Virtuous Lady breaks battle lines that they're meant to be in. So Stunning Sword Lady gets a Pfizer jab right in the back. But don't fear though, everyone else is totally still stunning and brave. So those soldiers go like, oh, we can't defeat them in their diversity. So let's go outside and then begin welding him in there. Oh no, how will the corporate box-ticking political messaging devices survive such an inconvenience? By breaking the lock on that little gate and then going down that hole. That was really convenient. So let's go to Kingdom Place, where Princess Lady is walking, but gender unspecified is totally angry that he didn't get enough gravy with his Christmas turkey. So he tries to do a murder, and like, Princess Lady is gonna die. Like, really, really die. Wait, nope, sorry. Gender unspecified got deleted out of nowhere. But like, who did it? It was off-brand baked beans, of course, who looks totally bland, but is probably great on toast. They're now in the princess's chambers, where everyone is like, oh my god, I can't believe he tried to make you go to sleep before your bedtime. Oh, and also, that might have something to do with that big famine going on, like, out in the town and stuff. And she's like, what famine? Because she had literally no idea about it, even though she's meant to be now the empress or something. So Lenny Henry's girlfriend's husband is like, we're gonna get you some protection. Maybe we can get you a really big man, and like, he could be really strong and protect you. But she says, no, I really like off-brand baked beans, so I'm choosing him, because he may look like the most bland choice, but if you add a little bit of pepper, maybe grate some cheese on top, and totally put some spices in there, it can actually be quite alright. I mean, it fills the gap when you're hungry. So let's leave that there. Where probably hasn't had a job since graduating primary school, is on the search for Virtuous Lady and Dogman. And that is actually really scary. So let's immediately go to Dogman, where Stunning Sword Lady has caught the coronavirus, and she's looking pretty sick. And that makes the other guys like pretty worried. So they go off to go get her a booster. Well, that was really interesting. So let's go check in on Baked Beans, who's visiting Princess Lady. And she's saying Lenny Henry and his girlfriend's husband, Simp Man, will totally have me killed to death once they're done with me. So we need to be really big-brained about this. Which is really actually interesting character development. Because like, at the beginning of this show, she was like, oh my god, I can't believe I stabbed the guy, I'm such a wimp. And now she's like, totally like a mastermind of political games. I mean, wow, that's amazing. And also, she orchestrated that mega death of those enemy kingdom guys. So like, great writing. So anyway, she wants him to steal the Book of Monoliths because they want to open the gateway thingy to another world. And he's like, I'm literally just baked beans. And she's like, yeah, you just baked beans, but like, no one will suspect you being a really cool super spy, you dumbass, so go steal me that Book of Monoliths. And also, right now, I want to go see what this famine's like in the town. So, give me a cape and I'm going to hit the streets because no one will recognize me. So off to the streets we go, where there are poor people and they're very hungry. And look, there's Lenny Henry's girlfriend's husband, Simp Man, and he's just walking around without protection. So better go hide and then totally tail him. But wait, he's gone into that building. So let's go inside. And oh my god, he's got Spandu Ballet up against the wall saying, I told you secrets and you totally betrayed me, ya bastard. So then they totally just get gay. Because whoa, that was groundbreaking right there. If it wasn't for Netflix, I had no idea gay people were a thing. So what's Virtuous Lady and Dogman up to? They're returning to Stunning Sword Lady. But look out, is Jobless Man, who's looking very threatening and says, I'm looking for a good story. So they're like, he knows we wanted people and it's totally fighting time. But it actually turns out he wants to join them on their stunning crusade. But Virtuous Lady isn't really sure about that because he lacks diversity. So he says, if it helps, my pronouns are Zim, Zer, Zim, Self. And she's like, oh, wow, that's really cool. We had man uses pronouns that they learned off the internet on our diversity and inclusion bingo ticket. So you're hired, Jobless Man. So he then says, I thought I was done with killing, but killing isn't done with me. And then says, my name is Jobless, but my friends call me Brother Death. And oh my god, that part actually happened in the show. So please give me a second, guys. I need to go throw up in the cringe bucket. Anyway, Stunning Sword Lady is gonna die. But it turns out that Jobless Man knows a healer with a Nobel Prize winning horse dewormer and says, let's totally go there. So they do. And there she is, who says, you've got to be really cool, diverse people to walk into my magical realm, or I would have totally deleted you with mind magic. So obviously they passed the virtuous test. But wait a minute, look who's also friends with Knockoff Daenerys. It's homeless UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak. And that's really pissed off Dogman because he votes Labour and says this dick is responsible for all that coup and then that retarded dragon with friggin' lasers and all the other stuff. Oh, and also printing loads of money crashing the UK economy. But you know what? It doesn't matter because Lenny Henry is on a family day out for a portal gate to see his ancestors. And that's really wholesome. So Lenny Henry says to crap CGI green screen, you remember in the last episode when I asked about getting chaos magic? And they're like, yeah, but you can only have it if you make a sacrifice. So Lenny Henry goes well, I brought you some kids, so I'll just delete him right now for you guys as that sacrifice for that sweet, sweet chaos magic. But crap CGI green screen guys, they aren't impressed and say, we meant a true sacrifice, you dingus. Something personal to you. All we've got now is a bunch of dead kids. So Lenny Henry is like, women, they're so confusing. I don't even know what a true sacrifice means. Back to Kingdom Place, where Lenny Henry's girlfriend's husband, Simp Man, is waking up from a fun night of hide the sausage. But there's someone else here, and that's very strange. And look, it's Princess Lady, who says, join us. So he does. And she says, I know you are as bent as a British roundabout, but we can totally forget about that if you stop letting Lenny Henry rail your wife every night and be my best friend so we can team up and take him down because he's a bad dude. Oh, and also, if you find Dogman, please bring him back to me alive. And then leaves, where Spandu Ballet says we should totally take that deal because that would be really cool. So what's the Fellowship of Diversity characters up to though? Well, they've just reached Knockoff Daenerys' treehouse crib that looks really small on the outside but is bloody huge on the inside. So they give Stunning Sword Lady some magic goo and now she's absolutely fine. So it's well, that was really convenient. She lives to fight another day. Dogman is still angry at homeless Rishi Sunak though and says what happened at Kingdom Place when that Princess Lady did that coup and murders and stuff? And he says, I really wanted to open up all these gateways throughout my entire life, just like the one that Lenny Henry keeps opening up, because I want to discover a gateway to a new world where there's really cool stuff like cows and wheat and baked beans and all that. But when I opened up that gateway and stepped through it, there was nothing there but a big scary monster, which is not the world I wanted. And it turns out that's also the place where Lenny Henry keeps going. Oh, and also, Princess Lady killed your sister during that coup, and also those monoliths they erected are tearing holes in space-time and stuff. So like, oh, we better go destroy them, and like we can destroy them all by destroying the main monolith in Kingdom Place that those multicultural slaves erected in the last episode. And also, we can totally reach Kingdom Place very quickly if we go through a gateway monolith close by. So then they go off, and they do, even though I'm pretty sure that didn't actually answer his question. But there's a massive issue though. That gateway actually sent them to a completely different world, with like 2 moons and stuff. So immediately Virtuous Lady goes, you know what? I've got the power of diversity, I'm going to walk off by myself, and then start touching this glittery thing. And it turns out to be a retarded centipede that totally chases her. And like, that's it. That's the episode finished. And like, oh, that was really interesting. So let's do final conclusions. Right. Why did Bankman say that there was no other way out and then immediately go through the other way out? Is this show literally just a bingo ticket where they like try and tick every box to win the prize of low ratings? I mean, I don't get it. I mean, come on. Lady Henry's girlfriend's husband, he's a gay man. It's like, how does that add to the plot line at all? And to be honest, if I was gay, I would feel pretty patronised by now. That my preference is being used as a virtue signal to the fucking blue-haired Twitter mob. This is ridiculous. And it's like, I don't even know if that's as bad as what the dialogue was. I mean, like, who the hell thought of that line? Oh, my friends call me Brother Death. It's like, oh my god, you're really cool. I bet you called yourself that back in high school. Oh, he'll be getting a pentagram tattoo anytime soon because it's really edgy. And also, honestly, who cares about these characters? I mean, I legit have no idea what their names are. I've been calling people like Virtuous Lady and fucking Baked Beans this entire time. So let's just go for some positives. Well, to be honest, that fight in the bank was actually pretty good. I mean, it was actually choreographed quite well, and they actually fought together. There was no like, oh, that dog man's really crap, but everyone else is really good. No, they actually fought together, and it was actually all right. I mean, it wasn't too bad. It was a shame about the rest of the show, obviously. And also, I'm actually legit interested in Princess Lady's character arc. She seems like the only worthwhile person like to follow in this entire show. But obviously, the writers have no idea what they're doing. Because all I know is that she went from, oh my god, I just stabbed a guy, and I'm really like shook about it, and then immediately goes and kills loads of people from a queue, and is now a politicking genius. Like, maybe they should have completely removed The Witcher from the title, and then got more episodes, and just pretty much focused on her for a while. Because you know what? That's too much to ask from people who write the script with crayons.
Subscribe button.
Is always right.